Can you hear me, Shadow Man? Can you hear me, Shadow Man? Yes? Alright, for some reason it wants me to use mouse wheel 3, which is weird. Like the scroll button, I don't like that. I gotta figure out how to change that. Alright, thank you. Awesome. I might do a little streaming then, if that's cool. I just gotta change the button though, because that's gonna annoy me. Thank you. That's took a lot of time. I think I'm gonna head over to a Genesis for a little bit. I think I'm gonna work on some points on Genesis. I need some more. It's very helpful to have a teleporter near like the missions. It definitely makes it a lot faster to get there. Yeah, this one that right here that I'm teleporting to is one of the only spots you can actually build here. This other guy did build a little further down here from me. It's the mission of the Reaper one. It gives like 32,000 points on 1x, so fairly easy too. Just gotta make sure you have a light pit, that's all. I did farm a bunch of points when it was 1.5x. And then I spent a bunch of them also. I did get a 124 pre-made Deinonychus saddle, which was kind of nice.
I've scanned something. Look over there. Commencing scan.
You could probably skip a lot of this if you were to use like a skiff, but I don't know. There's like Quetzals and stuff, and they probably could hit the Quetzal pretty good.
Let me scan this right quick.
No, I actually did the alpha with an older one.
I've scanned something. Look over there.
Well, that's not good. See, that's the problem with the Quetzal. It sometimes it knocks you off. So that's kind of silly of me there. I just gotta wait until I get back up top. This one that I'm using right now is a 1045 melee born one. But when I did the original video for this, it was like a 850 or so melee born. Also helps to have a good saddle. I have a 124 on right now. Right now it's got 1900 melee, so. I try to keep the dust and stuff because you get quite a bit from the mission, especially on like a 2x or something. Hi Barry, I'm just testing this out for when Gen 2 drops.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate.
You can use hazard and fur.
I've scanned something. Look over
And then
there.
also using the soups and stuff. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with the talking and the playing because it wants me to use mouse 3, which is weird. Alright, so this green stuff to the left of me, like this canyon, is poisonous. If you go in there, you die.
Can you scan this right quick?
Oh, jeez, I messed up. I thought I was already time for me to go on forward, and I didn't actually have to go yet.
Commencing scan. I've scanned something. Look over there.
Using a Giga is like driving a mech truck. They're so hard to turn. It's terrible.
Can you scan this right quick? My scanners are picking up something, but it's a ways off.
Yeah, so when it's sunlight out, it's like super hot, so you want like hazard, and then when it's dark, it's super cold, so you want fur. I usually just use a combination of both, and then I use a broth to keep you hot and cold and stuff.
They're getting close. Let's have a look. Scanner activate. My scanners are picking up something, but it's a ways off. Let's have a look. Scanner activate. That's what we need to retrieve.
At this point, you get off and you gotta collect this item. This is where I throw down my Bloodstocker.
What's that over there?
I forgot I had to pick that up. Boy, I'm on a roll here.
Aha! I found something! Time to get out of here! free will in hand.
Yeah, I messed up a lot on that mission. But I still got the stuff, so it's okay. The Bloodsucker just helps make it go faster at the end. That's why I use it, because it is timed after all. And the faster you do it, the better rewards you potentially can get. I messed up a lot on that wave, mostly because I was trying to watch chat and chat at the same time, and I get distracted easily. But you can see what I got. That's all the loot, and you can see I got 2 tech boots. I mean, this one's pretty good. 375 armor, 702 durability. Last week when I was doing it, I was getting about 4 boots each time. This time I only got 2, but that's still pretty good. So you can always sell those or use them. I have tons of them. Just you can't grind them though. That's unfortunate. You could leave a Giga in here on aggressive, so when you get to this point, you could have a spare Giga like help you make it go faster. But all in all, it only takes you about like 8 minutes to do this mission, and you get 32,000 points. You can fly. Well, there's 0 gravity, or low gravity. It's like being on the moon, and then the Bloodstalker helps because you can use like the grappling of the Bloodstalker to get back down. And the Bloodstalker has like a double jump, so when you do the double jump, it kind of goes higher, and then you use your grab to go back down. You can't use a tech suit on Genesis, like the jetpack. It's disabled for some reason. Hi, Seiko. If I'm saying that right, but I am just testing streaming mostly because I would like to stream for Genesis 2 when it drops next week. I haven't done a live stream before with YouTube, so I just wanted to test it out. So I figured I would just play around a little bit and see how that goes. The Bloodstalker is like the best mount in the Lunar though, for sure. Just because you can get around the map a lot easier. I don't like using my skiff because if you get hit by a meteor, the skiff's pretty much dead. I haven't even leveled this Bloodstalker. I don't even know what to level them in, really. They're already kind of beastly. I have better ones that I just raised. They were born at like 377, which is like your max level, essentially. After like 100% imprint, they got like 10,000 health, 900 melee, like 1,300 weight or some outrageous amount. Yep, and I have a tech bridge over here that I set up to get across if I ever need to get across to the other side. That's kind of cool. The mission starts over there on the end, so... Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I try. You know, there are a lot of people out there who do videos. I do like Ark a lot. Oh, for some reason I'm still webbed from the other spot. It's glitched. There you go. This is where I go to get ambergris. I teleport here if anyone's curious. It's not too hard to get here, but I have a teleporter here, so it's a little easier, obviously. But there's like a cave right here. Someone already has a teleporter here, but in this cave, these green rocks, or black and green or whatever, they give a lot of ambergris and actually shards too, actually, if you use a mantis. So there's lots of them in here. And when you get down to the bottom, there's a little bit of water. You can get featherlights in here, and crabs are in here too. And actually, gas bag. Oh, you know what? I think I dropped my light plate. Yeah, I'm on official PVE cluster, so it's, you know, 1x rates and whatnot. If you use a mantis in this cave that I'm showing right now, with a pick, you get quite a bit. Here, I could show you if you'd like. But for shards on Genesis, I go to the volcano. If you've ever seen that video, it's pretty easy. Unfortunately, my base is in the bog because when I started on Genesis, you know, I didn't know where the good spots were in the bog. It was supposed to be the easy, and it's not. And the ocean's kind of the coolest spot, but it's so crowded and so yeah, on Genesis with the Mantis, you want to use a pick. If you're on Crystal Isles, where I generally play, you want to use a hatchet for the shards and stuff. I play on Genesis 596. I mean, it's not like that great of a base. Oh, it's saving right now, so. Yeah, I didn't actually finish. I use this space mostly for cloning because shards are like super easy. Here, I'll give you a little snippet. I mean, I have almost 2 million shards just in the dedicated storage. Just because it's literally that easy to farm. And then all my generators are pretty stacked too, full. Anyway, let me get to that. Yeah, the volcano is super dangerous. Easiest way to do, if you saw the video, is you can build like a primitive mech. Is usually like your easiest way to do it. Oh, oops! I don't have a saddle on this mantis. Oh my god. Yeah, I have a bunch of pre-mades. So back when Genesis came out, you can get a pre-made replicator from any of the loot crates that you can buy. Every time that you would buy one, you would get a replicator. It was kind of broken, and then they actually changed it. Yeah, I have a spare here too, which is the one I got from doing the loot crates. If you're on Genesis, a replicator is not too terrible, since you can get all of the materials pretty much fairly easy. You might just need to have someone convert the shards for you. That's all. This area does land meteors, so I'm gonna pod the mantis because I had a meteor land on me once while I was riding the mantis, and it killed my mantis in one shot. It does like 5,000 damage, so if I die, it's not a big deal. If I follow this path, you can see the meteors. Oh shit! I better hurry up before it lands on top of me again. Yeah, you see them up there. Yep, there they are. But they do a lot of damage to your player. They won't kill like a Giga or anything because they only do like 5,000 health. But an Anki with the shards, yeah, it's like super good. So after a few swings, I mean, it's not like a ton. It's not as much as the volcano, obviously. 256, not great. Get a lot of ambergris though. If you're raising a magmasaur, this is where I get my ambergris, and then I just save the shards for my generator, basically. No, 596, 596. Yeah, any of the caves, there's like multiple caves on Lunar, like they're called, I think, Aberration caves or something like that, and there's multiple of them. The one where I did the Reaper mission, that one's also the same. This one's just safer. The other one has like Ravengers, and they're kind of like obnoxious and stuff, but this one's not bad. So yeah, generally on 1x, by the time I clear this whole entrance of the cave until it gets like to the bigger part, I get about 7,000 shards. So it's not terrible by any means. Not nearly as much as in the volcano, but then you have to deal with the eruptions. You got to deal with the magmasaurs. Plus, I like farming anyway, so I don't mind it. And in the caves, the temperatures aren't hot or cold. It's like normal, so you don't have to worry about like your gear and stuff. So the eruption's over, so I could probably be safe to go back. It's like dead smack in the center. There is two entrances. This entrance is a small one. There's also like featherlights in here that you can tame. Oh yeah, That's why I have like 2 million shards. I haven't farmed shards in like a year or so. When Genesis first came out, you get even more. They actually nerfed the shard amount, which is kind of nuts because it used to be like way more. Yeah, there's crabs in here, so careful because they can grab you off your dino. There's gas bags in here too. I generally solo farm. Once in a while, my wife will help me. She plays occasionally, so when she does play, she helps me farm. So this is the other entrance on this side right here. It's a little bigger. It's a lot bigger, but there's a bunch of people built here. That's why I didn't put my teleporter on this side. You could put a teleporter like to the left here. It's actually available right now. Yeah, if you see my video, I show pretty much how to do it solo farm in the volcano. It's not too terrible. You just have to be patient, and you need a way to clear the magmas because they respawn like stupid fast. They for some reason changed their spawn timer. They used to like spawn like every half hour. Now it's like literally every 30 seconds you have 2 spawning. It's awful. Granted, a Giga can like one-shot them all, so that's not hard. It's just it's obnoxious because they can kill you very easily, like the Rider meaning. Yeah, I've done that too, where like I have 1 Giga I ride, and then 1 Giga like. Actually, I use my Rexes. I have like the old Rexes I leveled just in health, and then I just have them like on aggressive in there, because Rexes are easier to replace than a Giga. That's why. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's like a weird bug with Genesis and the vacuum like compartments. The bug is for some reason the tech generators down there don't use element. Well, they use element, but only when rendered. So like I haven't refilled my generator down in my underwater base in almost a year, and it's on 10x. It literally barely uses shards, only when I render it. So as long as I'm not down there, it doesn't really use anything, which is kind of cool. I'm sure it's a bug. I'll show you now actually. All right, so I'm underwater in the vacuum compartments. This is where I do my water cloning. So originally I was gonna do an enclosure with vacuum compartments. I was gonna make like a base out of it, but then Ark's stupid and it tells me I'm too high above the ground, so I couldn't finish it. It was supposed to be completely enclosed in the vacuum compartments around the outside, and then the cloners on the inside, and that's where I also raise my water dinos on Genesis. But these 2 cloners are for water dinos, and they're powered by my generator over here. And I have like a incubator area for the giant turtles. I put those eggs in here. It's quite pretty down here. That's why I built it here. There's a lot of cool vegetation. Too bad it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but it's had 31 stacks of shards for like a Oh, okay, Mr. Angler. Follow me. I'll lead you. Oh, he's gonna go there instead. Come here so I can get you killed by this. There you go. Got my tech pod. So my idea was I was going to have it all the way around. It was going to be really cool, and then it didn't work out. So I stopped building because it wouldn't let me finish it, basically. I'm really terrible about leaving my potted dinos in dinos. It's awful. I've only lost one that way, though, like, this whole time. You know, it would be cool if the skins for like dinos like this, I wish I could color them, or maybe I can. I actually didn't ever try, but it would be kind of cool. Oh, you are? Okay. Oh, I forgot where I left my mantis. Oh, there it is. Never mind. God, I'm terrible with that. I always forget where I leave shit. That's what happens when you have too much stuff. You forget where you leave things. Oh yeah, there he is. Barry's has joined. One of my other favorite missions to do is I like to do the one in the snow. Forgot what it's called. It's the one that you protect the kangaroos. Oh, it's lagging right now though. So I'm gonna use my skiff to get there. I have a teleporter in the snow. It's turned off right now because I don't use it too much, so I'm just gonna use a public one. So not that it matters, but on the scoreboard for like high score, but you can see for that Don't Fear the Reaper one, I am top score. Not to brag or anything, but you know, I like to point that out. Hey Ninja, I'm just playing around with streaming just to test it out. Yes, Skiff does get destroyed with volcano eruptions. I've lost one that way. That's why I stopped using a skiff in the volcano. I lost one time, just bad luck. So I usually just I use a Bloodstalker with high weight when I farm shards because they can get up to a few thousand pounds easy. But skiff's the best way. It's just higher risk. If you can replace a skiff easily, then it's not a big deal, I guess. Alright, so it's the mission, home is where the pouch is. It's like super easy, and you get 28,000 points. Not as good as that Reaper one, but it's fun. It's basically like... This isn't my main character. It's a character I've moved over here. My main one's on the center. So all of my missions that I have done is on that other character. This one doesn't have very many missions done to begin with. So you gotta make sure you have fur though, for sure. Yes, mech is safe, and a good mech has like a shit ton of weight. I have a mech that's got like, I don't even remember, but it's like level 240 or something. And it has insane amount of weight, so you could use a mech to store your stuff, yeah. And honestly, even a primitive mech is like super easy to craft. It's only like 20 element.
Come on, critter. Follow us.
Alright. Barry, it's gonna be a minute. I'm doing a mission right now, bud.
The Dino isn't sure where to go. Maybe we should go help it?
Huh.
I think it's confused.
I think it's bugged, the mission. I don't see it. There's supposed to be like kangaroo. What the hell is it?
It's slowing down, like it's lost or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's glitched here. Yes, it's just like
I think it's confused.
yeah, it's just like the frog one, yeah. You protect it. It's fairly fast, and you get like tech how are they called? Those rifles, not the tech rifle, the other rifle. The one-shot one, whatever it's called. I forget the hell it's called. The railgun. There you go. That's the word.
It's slowing down, like it's
Maybe my skiff blocked it. Hold on, I gotta move that skiff.
The Dino isn't sure where to go. Maybe we should go help it?
At least I can just cancel it and restart it. Not a big deal.
It's slowing down, like it's lost or something.
Alright, let's try this again. Yes, the railgun is dropped on this mission like a ton, but it's pretty much useless in PVE. That's a PvP item, so, and you can't even use it if you don't have it unlocked anyway. There he is. So yeah, it just followed him around, just like the frog. Make sure you dismount here.
On to the next checkpoint.
It's actually a really easy mission, especially with a nice Giga. Everything dies in one hit, pretty much. Except the pigs, they seem to be tankier. Yeah, I mean, cause I do a lot of videos on PVE. That's all my videos are unofficial.
It's slowing down, like it's lost or something.
I'm super distracted. Sorry. Yes, I have actually used Thalicos for... Their bleed is amazing. I don't know if you watched the video where I did Thalico versus a Titan, like a Titanosaurus. Kills it easily because of that bleed is just amazing. And I have like really good Thalicos, like... I really need to change this talk key, it's annoying me.
On to the next checkpoint.
Yeah. The Thalicos are like 22,000 health, 1,500 melee or some crazy shit. I could show you a mission after with a Thalico if you'd like. I don't have my really good ones, but I have a good enough one. I'm on PC with mouse and keyboard. I'm having trouble because my push to talk is, for some reason, it won't let me switch it. It's mouse 3 for the stream. So I'm trying to push it down and move my mouse and keyboard and all that. So that's why I'm having like weird twitchy shit. If you watched, I did that video for Gamma. I use a Dino, works pretty well because of the bleed. You do get knocked around a lot because it's, you know, the gravity and all. On Alpha, I use Rexes, I think, and Giga. The hardest part about the Alpha on that one is things get knocked around a lot. It's not even the Giga that's the issue with that fight. It's those malfunctioned Rexes or whatever the hell they're called. What Rexes are you using? Because remember, the bleed is based on health, so too much health sometimes is not always good.
It's slowing down, like it's lost or something.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. I'm just testing this out, Fish. I'm just doing a test stream because I wanted to make sure it was working before Gen 2 drops next week. Oh yeah. Well, I know I love PvP, but like it's so toxic, man. Every time I try it, it's just toxic. I don't know. That's the end of the mission here. Yeah, it's 9:30 here. I'm in New York. All right, so this is gonna finish here, and you get a bunch of good stuff. You get like Titan saddles, which is literally worthless. You can't even grind them either.
Test complete, and our critter's intact. So I'd say you passed.
So you get a lot of these Mechalon platform saddle blueprints that are pretty much useless. I have like 100 of them. So yeah, you see you get a lot of tech rail guns, a lot of them. And you get some other decent things. But yeah, Titan saddles, like who the fuck uses Titan? And they're all the same armor. So, and you can't grind them, so I just dump them because they weigh 200 pounds each, man. Yeah, I'm in central New York. Literally central. So. So if you're ever wondering like how to get back to your skiff or your dino that you left behind, you just refollow like the mission. There it is to the right there. I mean, yeah, I mean this gig is kind of stupid old. It's actually old, but it's still got 1900 melee. My new ones are born at like 1135 melee. So they get up to like insane melee, which I know I'm sure at some point the melee damage does cap, I'm sure, but nobody really knows for sure. Yeah, I mean, it is like upstate like Albany, or I'm more like near Syracuse actually, which is considered central. Yeah, I think with leveling, the new ones can pretty much hit that cap with melee. But yeah, I mean the highest you can get in one stat on official is 254 points, which is quite insane. Like on Rexes, that's been accomplished, and a bunch of other dinos actually. But oh, good old official gen. Every so often on saves, it times out. It's stupid. It doesn't crash. It just literally times out. I've never had a crash. It just times out, and then you just rejoin. I don't know if it's like a lag issue or someone's trying to dupe. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I'm like technically I'm like 40 minutes, 45 minutes from Syracuse. I'm more south on Syracuse, but yep, I grew up in Jersey though. Um, that's where I grew up. And I'm actually a native. I was born in Portugal, so I do speak Portuguese. I know there's some Brazilians out there, which it's the same language, but it's also very different. Definitely a different dialect for sure. All right, now I lost my skiff. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's right here, duh. When I first started playing Genesis, it felt like a huge map, and then you start using a skiff and you realize how small it really is. It's kind of funny. This is my teleporter here. When I first started, I used this a lot for metal farming, because I don't know if you guys know where the really good metal spot is on this map, but it's up there. And down here also, there's a lot of metal. You can see, you can't tell with the snow, but that whole, like, canyon is full of snow, yeah, duh. It's full of metal. The best spot, though, for real, on this map is up here. Up here. You got tons of crystal, obsidian, and metal. I mean, you can't even clear this all if you use a magma. Absolutely insane. Oh, yeah, yeah, sorry, Mac, yeah, I see your message. Oh, thank you. So yeah, this area is just, it's just loaded. There's like obsidian, metal, and of course the fun missions here too. I don't know if you guys ever done that one. It's fairly easy. I've done alpha on it a few times. This spot is buildable right here, where this guy has a teleporter. I'm just gonna collect this light real quick here, because this character doesn't have the light. So sometimes you get these bugged lights where it doesn't want to work. The way to fix that is you have to fast travel. That usually fixes the glitch. Like if it doesn't let you grab it. Oh yeah, I can't spawn at the bed because I'm too close to that guy. Yeah, see, now it shows up. Read chart? I don't know what that means. See, now it works for me now, see? So if you ever have that issue where like you can't collect the light, just you know, place the sleeping bag down or two, whatever, and then respawn it at the bag.
10D439 was obsessed with breaking the fourth wall, as he put it. He did everything he could to get the attention of whomever's administering the simulation. Bonfires, structures that spelled words, that sort of thing. I don't know whether he succeeded, but I do know he tried so hard that it made that glitch.
I know my skip's full of shit, I know. Where the hell's my food? Alright, so I'm just gonna do this mission real quick here, show you guys how that works out.
You look fast.
It's actually really fun.
Just how fast you are. Let's mount up and get our race on.
Oh, and don't jump, because it makes you go crazy high.
Off we go.
I haven't done this in a while, so I'll probably fail.
Give it all you got.
It's gonna be close. Move, Yuri, move! I think the worst part about this mission is when it lags. My god, it's awful.
Faster, survivor.
Alright, up here it's a little tricky, so make sure you pay attention up here. Got a sharp left at the end of the tunnel. Right here, left, sharp left.
The clock's running out. Do we get
And you got it, with time to spare.
That's how you do it. Good on ya.
Dude, if you jump on that one spot, it literally throws you off the cliff. So that's why I said don't jump, because I've done it. Like, your instinct is, oh, you see a little hole, you're gonna jump. And when you hit the boost and you jump, you literally go flying and you will fall off the cliff. So the loot is kind of shitty on that map, that mission, but I was just doing it just to see. It's not terrible, like if you need easy point. You only get like, let's see, 1,500 points. Not even worth the time, honestly. Alright, I'm gonna go back to base, and Genesis is great for like resources, because not only are things easy to farm, but They're also, you could just buy stuff too. Like, you know, you farm a bunch of points. I buy paste a lot because, you know, paste is very obnoxious. So I just buy it. I did blow a lot of points, quite a few million actually, on those crates. I occasionally do get some pretty good blueprints. A lot of tech pre-made, not the greatest stuff, but I don't think my skiff's on there right, but there you go's better. Hello, Mr. Pig. You can't bite me through it though. Alright, so somebody mentioned Thalicos and Alpha missions. There are some that you can do. Like the T-Rex one, and there was another one I did it on. But basically, anything that has high health is going to work pretty well, just because they have that bleed. I like to disable my teleporters. I don't trust people. Plus, I always tend to forget my dinos on the teleporter, and someone can easily teleport it away, and then I'll never find it. Alright, I'm gonna spend some points. I'm gonna buy some crates, I think, is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, see, like, all my paste I have here is pretty much from, buying it, essentially, because it's fairly cheap. So yeah, I don't have a ton of points right now, because I did, like I said, I spent quite a few million points the other day, but we're gonna buy some crates and see what we get here.
Come again soon.
I'm just gonna be by the kangaroo for weight.
Got some hexagons you're keen to spend?
I don't know where are you, Barry? Probably outside, I would imagine.
Thanks, mate.
All right, so we got, let's see, tech pair of gloves that are insane armor. Holy shit! Look at that, 1200 durability gloves. That's pretty nice. I got myself a primitive gun. That's cool. Now I can add it to my collection of more. A radio, because that's useless. And well, there you go. See, that's nice too. Ascendant desert gloves, junk, and the egg. You can use it for kibble, and or you know what, you can eat it, and it gives you experience. So yeah, you can see I get 10% more experience for like a few minutes, basically. It's pretty much useless. Now, if you have like a Hesperornis farm going on, you can get a lot of those, you know, golden eggs and stuff. But all right, I'm gonna buy another crate and see what I get after it stops lagging, of course.
Got some hexagons you're keen to spend? Thanks, mate.
All right, so I got, let's see, I got a turret, nice Daedon saddle, a bunch of shit, and I guess you got a tech generator, so that was worth. Cannon, not really. A bunk bed's cool. Gravestone, very little element. So a mirror, like, I don't know why that's even a thing, but it's there. So yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely worth, like, the first mission I showed you guys. You can definitely do that mission in like about 8 minutes, and you can get 32,000 points. That's almost enough for one crate, for the 35 crate. You can see stuff I gotten from buying crates. Cryo fridges, lots of element. I got a force field, which is kind of weird. This you get a bunch of these MRLMN rocket launcher things. I got a gun too. Oh, that one's crafted. Never mind. A lot of crap, but you do get occasionally like a teleporter. You do get tech troughs. I got a generator, so that was nice. This is my vault of like gear. This is all from, well, some of it's crafted, but this is all stuff I've gotten that are like tech gear related from missions. So yeah, those gloves that I just got were pretty dope. The force field, yes. You can actually, I didn't know this until recently, you can actually pick up a force field after it's been placed. I thought it was like a transmitter where like once you place it, that's it. People actually use force fields for the OSDs. They will place one down to protect it, and then they heal up their gigas with like a snow owl, like in between waves maybe. I've done that. It's actually pretty good, but it does use elements fair amount, and it does. I never actually, it's not really that viable. Like, it's not really worth it. I'd rather just unpod another giga because who doesn't have like 100 gigas in PVE? You know what I mean? Maybe not if you're new, obviously. And these are all like saddles I've gotten from buying crates and also doing like missions. You get a lot of stuff. See that one right here, 124 Dino saddle. I got that from a crate. I wish it was a blueprint, obviously, because that's worth like 5,000 tech right now or so. But I do have a blueprint, which is pretty good. It's like a 68 armor one, which is with a good crafter, I can get up to like 90 plus. Yeah. Yeah, you get force fields too from doing like the crates, but I'd rather just unpod like another giga. These are all my level 1 ones, but I don't have them organized here on this map. The dark magenta is pretty cool. I do like the teal though. That's pretty. I mostly use Gen for my cloning. Just overheating myself there. I know I did. I think on Easter I raised like 150 gigas. Level ones. There's lots of places that sell those. Hey, hi from India. Level ones are basically you get 2 level 5s, which is the lowest you can generally get from official play, and then when you have a level 5, at least one of those stats are at 0 points. So then you breed those two together, and then you get like a level 4 because the points add up to your level. And you just keep doing that until you get to level 1. So the purpose of a level 1 Giga is to clone. They're super cheap to clone, and that way you can mass produce eggs, or that's how you get mutations, because they are clean. There's no mutation on them. I'll show you guys one second. So you can't really see the colors here because Bog's like super dark. So it's a level 1, and you can see it's clean on both sides, 0, 0. And you can see it's only 2,500 shards to clone it. So you can clone like, I clone, 3 of every color or so. And then I have like 20 plus colors. Oh, it scared me. Hey, Barry. Yeah, I like Genesis for cloning because it's just easier. Oh, these bugs are going to get me probably here. Of course, who doesn't want a replicator, right? Pay with a Giga. Well, if you haven't realized, I have lots of Gigas. But I am a nice guy, and I have like 30 pre-made replicators, so. Because, like I said before, when Genesis first started, they dropped like candy. Yep. Why not? Could always use another Giga. Yeah, I mean, Gigas are very valuable. I mean, obviously they're very popular.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, everyone's into like the solid colors now too. Like, I don't know. I don't really care for solid colors. On Gigas, they're nice, but like some dinos, I prefer like the combination colors, for sure. That's my preference, of course. Yeah, I know. We got like tons of freaking crystal wyverns for sure. All right, I'm gonna think go to another server now. Yep, you start getting so much stuff, you just start like dumping things everywhere. I have to spend like hours organizing. It's terrible. Um, my wife Widget, who plays occasionally, she does it for me sometimes because she's great. So everyone's least favorite map, of course, Aberration. I don't mind Aberration. I definitely play there more than I do like Scorched Earth, that's for sure. I use it primarily during events for like event drakes, event reapers, and such like that. Yeah, I do like I got that lime colored snow owl like full solid from someone on 832, which is my Crystal Isles. It's really sweet looking, but I'm just gonna show you guys. I don't know if you've ever seen this one up here. So this is the surface entrance by the southwest area. That's so the entrance to it is actually at the bottom. Just gotta wait for the. There we go. Don't actually burn here. This is actually a very common base location for PvP. Super common. Because it's easy to defend. But obviously we're not there. We're in PvE. But I didn't actually ever finish this location because I was having issues building here. But the entrance is down there, and this is in the radiation zone at the bottom. So you have to have like a rock drake and hazard suit and all that jazz. So the purpose of me having a teleporter up here is element ore is over there for making element here. I have the obelisk if I ever have to use it, which I don't generally. But and of course farming light drops. You get the rock drake blueprints here, and of course during Christmas Eve event you get like the raptor claws drops like presents 4 times more here. Now the burning it doesn't affect on here. It's still daylight, but if I were to go out here, I die. Yeah, see, and your Dino takes a lot of damage very fast too. Huh? Is it glitched? There you go. So I have multiple bases here because I had friends who were playing here, and when they quit, I absorbed their bases. So that was actually one of his. And then this one was also another friend's that I absorbed over here on my left. So I usually use this one here for raising rock drakes. When he left it, he left me unfinished. I kind of finished it a little bit. It's just basically a box, nothing fancy. I use it for raising rock drakes because it's just easier here with the venom and stuff. And I can store quite a bit of them in here while I'm raising them. And I tend to raise them only during events, and I farm rock drake eggs quite a bit during events. I generally am here originally for metal, because Aberration's like stupid good for metal. So I don't really have anything out right now except a Megalosaurus, and my Featherlight is in here. This is what I call a hub base. It's super small. It got all my necessities that I need. I got dinos for farming, and then I have my farming location here. So there's 6 forges. It's very easy. I like the way because I can go underneath, look up, access, forge, and then I have my storages here, my storage bins. And so then I can just use my tech legs and move him to the transmitter and transfer off if I need to. And I built where there's like a couple of different of these charge nodes here, to make element and stuff inside of them. So it's a nice little area. It's quiet. Occasionally you get like a lot of stupid nameless, of course, but. I usually put my hazard suit on, but I'm feeling lazy right now. But it's a nice area here. It's very pretty. You know, you got a lot of cool trees and lights and stuff. That's for sure. I'm just missing the alpha barb for the basilisk, and then I can run the alpha Rockwell here. They are like super rare to find, kind of obnoxious, really. The alpha barbs for like the basilisk or the reapers are easy to get, and same with the crabs. Yeah, I have like several of the alpha crab ones. I've actually thrown out a bunch of them because I don't really need them after a while. And then of course I have a skiff because, you know, that's like super important on this map and stuff. So I'm trying to get all my bases ready for the release of Genesis. So I'm going to be potting up a bunch of dinos and stuff to make it easier to refresh. Level 15. If you were a higher level, buddy, I would have tamed you. So yeah, I have all my tech generators off right now. Just I don't really need them, but yeah, if you ever done Rockwell, it's super easy to do if you use shotguns. Actually, use shotguns and the cactus broth, and you basically the cactus broth allows you to ignore the reapers and the nameless, and the orbs don't spawn if you don't have tames at all. So you basically just go around in a circle and shoot the tentacles, and then you shoot Rockwell when he's vulnerable. That's pretty much it. Super easy. I had to refresh. That's why I'm here. I wasn't really doing anything fancy here, unless somebody has a question about like where I farm or where certain things are. Of course, and I'll show that. I do make my hazard gear here, just because polymer is really easy. Up until recently with crystal isles, that's like super great for organic poly, and the crystals are really easy to get there. But up until then, I would do it here. I have some pretty good Dora ones here. Like, for example, this one's got 448 durability. They are super expensive, as you could see that. But all the items that are required are really easy to get because of where my base is and stuff. Oh yeah, I have 9 servers, bro. I'm built up on all 9 maps, so I refresh every 3 days to maintain. Uh, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. I have a good system. This is my Rock Drake teleporter. These plants, you just harvest them, and you get organic. Now, if you use like a bear, you get a shit ton of them. So this is like just before the radiation zone, and the rock drakes are like the nests down there. Way down there. So you can actually see all the way down there, there's actually nests down there. And the radiation starts right here, see? I probably will die from fall damage before I die from radiation. What do you think? Yeah, Aberration's cool though. I know it pretty well. I played on it a lot. It's quite a fall, I know, right? This is where I have my well, it's not my trap, but there's a trap there for Reapers. This is like the non-radiation zone common area for Reaper. So I built on this cliff platform. It just makes it easier. Let's see if I can show you the trap. This is a really good trap, actually. And one of the guys that I play on 832 with, Foxy Tribe, they're here too. I believe this is theirs. Oh, no, it's not. I lied. Thought it was. But the trap's actually over here. I never actually built my own trap because I always use this one. But basically, you lure the Reaper in here, and he falls right in here. It's beautiful. And you do, you know, you got to get it low health. And yeah, I did a video on it, actually, if you guys are curious on how that works. But this is just before the radiation zone as well. Because the Reapers actually spawn not far from here. This is why this is a prime location. No. Yeah, there's radiation right there, actually. Now, if you get impregnated and you don't have a radiation suit, the radiation will actually kill the baby. I would definitely say that Aberration's the most lethal map, for sure. Yeah, it's like the most common trap area, that's why. Yeah, I did do a video on that just to show the basics and stuff. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, I'm just gonna transfer off here now. I did all my refreshing that I wanted to do. I'm gonna visit my Valguero server. It's a really nice map. It's definitely up until Crystal Isles. It was my favorite. My server on Valguero was really shitty though. It had a lot of crashing issues, so I think that's also why I stopped playing there because it was really buggy at the time. It's better now, I think, but when I was playing there, it had a lot of issues. I think it was just because it was so popular. Yeah, I try to keep my videos like super concise. I try not to ramble on. I do like to talk, but you know, I try not to keep it too crazy. I mean, obviously, when you stream, it's uncut, raw, so there's like a lot of that nonsense you're gonna watch. But I was just mostly testing it out for when Gen 2 drops. I hope to stream for the people who don't have it yet or who are curious if they want it. So this is probably one of my favorite bases as soon as it loads in. It's in the Redwoods, and my wife actually built it. She did a good job with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for like super fame either on the channel thing. Like, I love Ark, and I really enjoy helping people and sharing my knowledge that I have. I mean, I've been playing since early betas, so you know, and so this gives me a way to do that. Plus, you know, gives me something else to do besides just PVE stuff, I suppose. All right, it's taking forever to load in my base for some reason. I still have a lot of dinos here that are like unpotted. These dinos are like quite old now. I mean, I've had them here for quite some time. Those tech lights make it a little too bright, I think, in here. God, this is like taking forever. There we go. Well, plus it's dark out. Hold on. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, that one is pretty cool, especially now that you can take dinos in there. It definitely was a lot easier. I did it back in the day when you could only use shotguns and you know shields. Yeah, like you'd have like a person tank with the shield and the other person shoot it with the shotgun. And I can't tell you how many times I got shot in the back of the head. I mostly play on Crystal Isles at the moment, but I do a lot of things on a lot of servers. Um, it's hard to see because it's kind of dark out. But anyway, so I had multiple parts to this base. Like this back end, it was my breeding area. It was a good size, and I could place dinos on top of the base, and they could still be fed. Like especially like large dinos, like gigas and stuff. I could throw them all on top, and then I could still focus on the bottom. And there's quite a few troughs here too. Um, this was like all my breeding area pretty much. This is like a connection hallway to the next area. So I did this like entry. This was like my wife's idea actually. You can like fly in with a Quetzal at the time, but now it's a skiff. And then you basically like land right next to the forges. You unload, and you got your tech storages here on the side. We have I like this wrap around kind of feel here. That's kind of cool. We picked this location because it was flat. I use all foundations here. It's like super great, super flat. But the scenery is really cool too. Very nice. There's like waterfalls everywhere too. My greenhouse is at the bottom. I built this stairway up here. Valguero's got like a lot of nice areas to build. A lot of nice scenery and stuff. But yeah, like the greenhouse is down here. Thylas aren't bad here actually. They're more toward that direction. Um, I remember what one time me and Widget were flying and This is just like the back way into my base. I had pillars all around here, and then I had an issue where some random guy spawned. Apparently, I had a pillar and a spawn point. He spawned like inside the pillar, and then he reported it, and the GM came in and like deleted all my pillars. I was like, well, that's a little extreme. It was just one pillar, and I didn't even know it was a spawn point, to be honest with you. It's not like I went around like, okay, where do they spawn? So I had this barn here, which part of it decayed because it was thatch at the top. Actually, my friend that used to play with us, Liz, built this. It was like she had like sheep in here and stuff, but we utilized a lot of the treehouse concept up here. I was actually able to join the treehouse build on top of the base. Like I lined it up almost perfectly. So that was kind of cool. This was a 4th of July summer event bash like 2 years ago. This Quetzal, it's red and blue. It's only level 74, but it's badass colors. 4th of July, it's like it screams America. This was my wife's little build. She never finished it, but it's kind of cool in here. It's cozy. I like the feel of it. It's kind of nice. She never finished it, though. So yeah, I have like multiple tiered areas for dinos and stuff. I like my albino Ferox. It's an older one, but it's pretty much all white. It's pretty. Then we just have like, you know, some RGs and Griffins and such, but and you already saw the roof, so. This is also my favorite water base. It's a very large water pen. This is where I did my breeding for my water dinos. It's basically at the bottom of my base. Like if you went all the way south, it's right at the bottom. So this water is deep enough to host Tusos, Mosas, everything. So I never finished it. I was gonna do more with it, but yeah, you got your troughs here, and it's all enclosed, so it's nice and safe. It's pretty massive. Where am I from? Currently, I'm living in New York, in USA. And that tech gate over there leads to the other end of the pond. Well, nice to meet you from the other side of the world. Oh, I was gonna put like lights all up around that greenhouse stuff. It's like a 2-layered wall, and then at night it lights up. It's really cool. I got like halfway done with the lights, and then something happened. I think the new map came out at the time. I think it was Genesis 1 came out, so I stopped building. Have lights go all the way around the map and stuff. Or not the map, I meant the walls. It was quite a project, as you can see. It took me quite a while to build this. I didn't even finish it. That's the sad part. But this server is just so terrible with crashing that I stopped playing here for that reason. See, did I ever build a stairway up? No, I don't think I did. But yeah, so that gate leads to this side of the pond. It's a lot more shallow here, so that's why I didn't extend it all the way around. Oh, that's weird. See that? That's what we call mesh. It's like you're halfway in, I guess. I don't know. because Ark's full of bugs, you know. Yeah, so I'm just basically, for anyone who's new on the thing. Yeah, it's not that bad anymore though. 832 hasn't really been that bad since like December. Again, and they tend to build very large, and they don't believe in potting their dinos. Got some old Rexes out here. Just I have them on aggressive. Occasionally, they feed themselves. If they die, they die. I think one fell in the water. Oh no, it's right here. Oh, you just had bad luck, bro. I haven't lost anything there. Fortunately, every time I transfer dinos, I always clench a little bit. I always, I always get nervous that I'm gonna lose things. Yeah. So this is I have a small base here, in the plains area. Um, it's an empty base pretty much at this point. I have a really nice wyvern trap here that I built back when I used to farm a lot of wyverns here and stuff here. Now that you can breed them, people don't farm the eggs as much. All right, so this is my teleporter base for the wyvern trench. This is my wyvern trap right here. So the trench is down there. Actually, you can see a wyvern right there. That's a nice wyvern. You fly them in, and then you basically fly out. They get stuck. Oops, yeah. There you go. And then I can just basically shoot them till they knock out. Although I probably would use a mantis now that the mantises are a thing. They knock out dinos like super great, which is awesome. Trying to multitask. This was my original base here on Valguero. Oh yeah. We did a lot of eggs farming years ago, but there's just so much to do. Like, you know, events like what, a week or two, and I work and stuff too. So there's just too much things to do that I never get enough time to do them all. So this was my first base on Valguero. It's literally right above the crystal cave. If anyone knows where that is on Valguero, it's a big cave with all the crystal. I like the spot. It has a nice little pond and a lot of pearls in here, and it's just by the crystal cave, like right on top of it, basically. Problem with this base I didn't like was somebody built in the cave, and it didn't allow me to build anymore because they're like right below me. So you know, it tells you you're too close to an enemy structure. So I just decided to put a teleporter on top, just come here to farm, and I just kind of left this base the way it was. But this was my original base. Like, that's why it's so small when I first started on the map. But it's a nice little area, though. It's pretty. Yeah, Valguero's nice. I still like Crystals better. Mostly because you can farm elements so easily. You can get black pearls easily. I know there's gotchas for black pearls, but you know, like all the resources you need are on Crystal Isles essentially. Um, and Valguero's boss is kind of, unless they fixed it, the Manticore is like stupid. I find it's easier to do it when you do it solo. When you do it with people and too many dinos, he gets even stupider. He won't land. But maybe it's just I have bad luck. I don't know. Alright, so I'm just gonna actually... I have a little like bed here for the obelisk, because back before we had transmitters here, this is how I'd transfer out. I would just spawn here and whatnot. Except I did a terrible job of building it. So I can't get back up there very well. I think it's probably my best bet here. There you go. I'm good at that at least. But yeah, I would say Valguero is my number 2 favorite. I mean, Rag was my first base on official when they converted from the when they went like official and they made the old servers legacy and I came to the official side. Valguero, not Valguero, sorry. Ragnarok was already out. So Ragnarok's actually my first map I played on. It's also where I have the most bases, the largest base, because back then there wasn't things like teleporters, or it was very hard to get that, and there wasn't cryopods either, so I had a massive base. I did the alpha the other day, and I used a Dino. I rode a Dino, and I had like 8 Rexes, and it went down super fast. I just don't let the Dino get the last bite because of the bleed, or else you won't get the element. Alright, so we're on my Ragnarok server. So it's also my first base I made all tech. And I did it back when Extinction wasn't even around. So you can imagine how hard that was. So Element was, you know, I had to use quite a bit of Element, honestly. But it's also my largest base. I have a lot of multiple large bases here. I have a nice little water pen. It's nicely enclosed, but it's not very big. I can only fit like 1 Tuso in here. But I did raise a lot of water stuff here, though. So I'm in the Redwoods because when I started playing here, everybody wanted to play here. So like finding a spot here was like literally, yeah, man. All right, bro. I'll see you later. So yeah, when I first started on Rag, there was like barely anywhere to like build. So I ended up here, right in between the redwoods and the desert, which was like not my optimal spot, but that's okay. So I have all this land. It's all pillared. I do have multiple little bases around and stuff. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think my bases are that great looking. I see some really good bases, and I have good ideas, but I can never like execute them. I guess is a good word. So I have like super old dinos here. I have like my first few dinos are still here. It's a shame that the elevator doesn't work as well as I wanted it to. Mostly because in the unofficial version, the S Plus version of the elevator, it's a lot easier. Like you can actually push a hotkey to go to each floor. Like it's so much easier to use. I don't know. So, funny thing, I try to spell Thatchet on my base with greenhouse walls, and instead I just put TI because I couldn't do it. So I just put no. I actually I didn't. I made like TT apparently. I don't know. But yeah, this is like my storage area for my vaults and stuff. Back when vaults, I mean, I used to have a lot more vaults. I converted to the tech storages when they first came out over there. And yes, I hate the pillar sticking up, but that was before I learned how to do it properly. And I'm afraid to change it now because I'm afraid that it'll make it collapse. But it's a pretty good sized base. Because back then, before cryopods, if anyone played back then, everybody had like that's when server caps were a thing. You know, you'd have like, oh, you can't incubate an egg because too many dinos on the server. This is one of my event wyverns. I really enjoyed this one. It's kind of ugly, like it's dark, but it's got like blue in it. It's like 3 years old. I'll show it more in the sun. Let's see if I can get to the sun more likely. Apparently, there's no sun here. It's like a dark green. It's a fire, so it was an event from forever ago. Hi there, Dar. I'm just doing a test, as I mentioned before, just to basically make sure that the streaming is working before the Gen 2 drops. I mean, official PVE is like end game. You basically farm and raise. But I guess you could say the same thing for PvP. People on PvP shit on PvE all the time, how it's, oh, you're a noob and blah, blah, blah. But, like, what do you do in PvP endgame? When you're, like, a massive tribe. You basically raise dinos and then you farm. And occasionally you have a raid. But I feel like you do a lot more breeding and farming than even PvEers do. Oh, it's lagging. I was wondering why I couldn't do that. I forgot my gamma was still turned up from earlier. Alright. I'm just getting some food here. Fastest way to get food. Go in your tech bed. So yeah, these are all my beds on Ragnarok. I have quite a bit of them. Mostly like the ones in the desert are for the loot drops. like the red crates and stuff. I basically spawn at them. I have a box in the little base. You know, you collect your. See, there's a red crate right there. It's probably junk. They're all like red crates and stuff. I have like a. This is like the best obsidian area for Ragnarok if anyone still plays there. It's in the desert. I have a teleporter here. But yeah, right across there, where all those oil pumps are, there's like tons of obsidian there. Also really good for oil. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going around like doing random shit. That's all. So nothing special. If you have like a request, like earlier I was doing like missions on Genesis, just to show you how I farm them and all that, like just a couple random ones. Then I bought a couple loot crates and stuff. You know, I got some good stuff though. Oh yeah, if you ever let your tech generator go underwater with your teleporter, if you repower it, it actually the teleporter is broken. For some reason, once it gets wet, it's stupid. Once it gets wet, it can never work again. It'll be powered, but you can't teleport. I don't know why that is a thing. So, but I don't know why I keep refreshing it because I can't really use it ever again. But it doesn't take long anyway. I was gonna do a video on the rock golem, the lava golem cave and stuff, but I was having issues because the server is really laggy at times, and I kept falling into lava, and also the people keep leaving dinos in there, and it really ruins the experience. Like I get they're trying to maximize their farm, but it's annoying. And every time I'd go there, the lava golem was already dead. So I said, oh, I guess I can't do it. I guess I could do it on single player because it's the same concept. There's nothing different between single player and official. I was just going to show you like the official way of doing it, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But maybe I will down the road do it. But thanks, Joseph. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Crystal Isles, I think. Because I don't have much going on there. I did it already in print. I have two things raising right now. We got an RG raising and a Snow Owl. I don't have a double screen, so I have to use my phone to view the comments, which is kind of weird. My phone's almost dead too. Nope. So I have technically two characters, and then back in the day, it doesn't happen anymore. If you were to leave your server and the server crashed and rolled back, it basically would dupe your character or lose your character. So you had two options. You would either lose your character or your character would get duplicated. Well, so needless to say, I have multiple duplicates of the same character. So I generally leave my characters all over. I have 9 servers, so I leave them all over, except I have one that I do transfer over and over again. But so Dro the second is my quote-unquote main character, and they all share imprints, which is nice. So if I bring dinos to another server of mine, they share imprints with that same character. Because the game thinks it's the same character, but it really isn't. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but... Alright, so yeah, oh yeah, I was going to show you guys this, where is it? This guy is so pretty. It's pretty much all lime green. And it's got pretty good stats. It's not the top stamina. There's much higher, but I don't really use snow owls except to heal and to make owl pellets and to make them look pretty. So I do use them on extinction a lot, actually, for doing drops and stuff, for healing and all that. This is my favorite kangaroo. I blended this color myself. It's like cyan, deep pink, and medium lavender or something like that, or some sort of lavender. It's not magenta. Stats are pretty good on it. It's a clean line. It was born like 300 or something like that. Good enough for farm berries, that's for sure. Definitely, the kangaroo is my favorite berry farmer. Just that AoE of the jump, it does a lot of gathering. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys. I don't think I've shown you guys the jump pads are for some reason can be placed in areas that normally you can't build. I have a bunch of spare ones. Let me go find one. What's cool about the jump pads too is you can actually pick them up and stuff. So that's kind of neat. I like that ability. So you don't have to like break them or anything. Huh. I guess I don't have any more. That's okay. I can pick one up to show you guys. So I use the jump pads a lot to farm shards because it's actually really handy to reach areas that you normally couldn't with the mantis. Yeah, exactly. And I recommend if you have a close friend, let them in your tribe so you can add a secondary account character. That way, if you do lose your character, you can still not lose your base because it takes weeks sometimes for the devs to respond to your lost character. And then your base, if you don't if you don't render, obviously it's gonna decay and all. Definitely streaming does take a toll on my PC. I've definitely noticed that. I don't have like super awesome PC, but it's good enough to do Ark for sure. Plus my base is kind of so it's weird, but Ark doesn't like greenhouse structures. It definitely has a harder time rendering the greenhouse structures over like regular ones. I've always noticed that it lags more, like bases that build with a lot of greenhouse lags more than not. I gotta grab some water. But Dar, generally, you don't have to worry about losing your character anymore. They definitely did make it better. I've actually traveled before and the server crashed, and what happens is all it does now is it puts your character into the download section and it disconnects your character from your tribe. So to fix that is you download your character to the server and then you have to leave the server, and then when you come back you should be back in your tribe. Oh, on the mantises on Crystal Isles, generally doing weight is better than melee. There really doesn't scale at all for melee. I did tests with like 300 melee and like 1,000 melee. Literally zero difference for harvesting. It's definitely a lot. I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. Allies can use your jump pads on PVE, just so you know. Nice. Alright, so like right here, normally I couldn't get up there without having to like fly and then pod on pod, but the mantis can just use it, and then I can come up here. There's quite a bit up here too to farm, so normally you can't place any sort of structure on these blue crystals, right? Like a pillar or anything. It says no surface found or whatever. With a jump pad, for some weird reason, you can. See? So basically you put your jump pad and then you activate it and then you set it up. So it allows you to get to areas that are higher up maybe, or... So that's kind of nice. Someone's got a teleporter down here, but it's not powered on. So yeah, this spot's got quite a bit that it's in a weird area to reach. So like if you had a teleporter here, you can essentially place a jump pad to reach the things you couldn't normally, and there's quite a bit of them like up there. So you see, I got up here now. I can farm this now. So that's just an example. Like the jump pad can be really useful in more ways than people sometimes realize. And the tech bridge too is the same. Very, very useful for getting around to areas that normally you couldn't get to, perhaps. So like this area that I have this teleporter at, there's multiple tiers of areas to farm shards, and unless you have a flyer, you have to like pick it up, and then you have to pod it. It's kind of tedious. So I put tech bridges, and I leave them open for people to use if they want to, of course. But it allows me to get to like the higher tiers and stuff. So here's one right here. I have another one over there on that side to get to the other area. But it allows me to go from here down here to this next area up here where there's like a ton more. And generally if I farm the 3 tiers that I have set up, I can get on 1x about 100 element worth, which is, 10,000 shards or something like that, right? So, yeah, it's not a ton, but it only takes me about 15-20 minutes max to get that. And if you're a player solo who can't do the boss fight and you need element, this is perfect, right? So yeah, I farm all this, and this is all achievable. Like, I know it's sloped, but you can actually, with the mantis, because it's amazing, you can actually climb a lot of this stuff without issues at all. Here, you can climb up here. There's some back here too. And you can actually climb back here. As a, I'm just showing like how well you can basically farm if you utilize, you know, the tech bridge and the jump pads and such. So then when I want to get to the top part, so up top you got the area where the red crates spawn, and the loot table for that is the caves loot table. So you can get things like Giga blueprints, Rex blueprints, there's Xeno blueprints, basically all the common dinos. You can't get things like that aren't on the map. You can't get like a mana or snow owl or any of those, but so there's another area also to the left here, right over there, that I farm. And just keep going up. See, I have a nice little... Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to climb up here, sure, but I don't mind it. It's pretty chill. Yeah. Crafter characters were more common back then because you couldn't mind wipe except once every level. So once you hit cap level, you couldn't do it anymore. Then they fixed it. Now it's every 24 hours, so you don't really need to have a specific crafter. So yeah, loot crates spawn right here, where I'm at, right here. And then another one spawns on the opposite side. You see that wyvern all the way up ahead? I can just fly over there real quick and show you. Right here on this hillside right here. But somebody's probably been here recently, that's why. That's why you got these little huts here. It's like right about here. I don't really farm them anymore because I have a lot of the stuff already. This water bubble does have a lot of aggressive shit in it. Oh, in case you didn't know, when you use the tech boots, you can actually climb steeper things that you would normally not be able to. Which is really cool too. Plus, it absorbs the fall damage, of course. So yeah, all this right here, I farm. All this stuff right here. And the mantis can climb all of this stuff. Even up here where it looks steeper, it can manage that very, very well. So yeah, I mean, some people are gonna say, well, yeah, sure, Genesis is better. Well, yeah, or Extinction. Certainly, for like cloning, it's better for those maps. But for your general like purpose of running your generators or things like that, even like small crafting, this is very, very viable, especially on 2x. I was getting like 20k shards, which is 200 element every go. Plus, I have another area that I farm too. So I was easily, and that was like in 15 minutes or so. I can farm this all. You want to buy what? The large turtle thing? And feroxes? Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Uh, Thin Tran? Sorry. If you didn't see my last video with the subscriber one, there's a pretty good trick with the Ferox babies and Y seeds. Y seeds are like super light, and they can hold quite a bit of seeds early on, and they give them like 80 food. So like right when they're born, they can pretty much already hold like 100 or so. By like 15 minutes, they're holding a few hundred, which is amazing. Because they don't really hold that much raw meat, and it would literally be one of those tames where or babies where you have to sit and like babysit for quite a while. Yeah, different ways of saying that A with that little thing on top. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but you know. I mean, I am Portuguese, so we have things on top like that too that we use in our language. Although I never went to school in Portugal, I came over to the United States when I was 7 years old. This is my favorite RG right now. It's mint green and deep pink. I want different feet on it though, but it's got like the good stats though, the 24, 32 weight. So it's nice. Yeah, they're lime green. I left them out because I'm trying to make more of them. I have a few. Um, some of them aren't fully green, like that one's not. But hold on, I'm gonna get a saddle so I can move it. Oh, I forgot my saddles. I actually put them all where they're supposed to be. Imagine that, right? So I have a 68 blueprint for the Dino saddle. Um, and with the crafter, I can get it up to like high 90s, which is pretty good. I found that blueprint on my own. It wasn't like I bought it or anything. Super rare though. So yeah, this is Lime 86. I believe that's the code for the color ID. It might have a couple other colors mixed in. I don't know, but it's primarily lime green. I like them. It's definitely a nice color. I prefer this color over the regular green. Oh, you like that kangaroo? I have quite a few colors. I always like to breed one. I always tame one every event. This one's my favorite color too, right here. It's deep pink and I forget what color that is. Hold on. Only one way to know is to pot it. Apparently, it's been breeding this whole time. it's oh my god, it's fun. The one that's outside. Hold on, because I have quite a few of them. So yeah, it's those are the colors right there. It's like lavender, and I want to say it's dark lavender maybe or some shit. The 91. But regardless, it's a really nice color. The ones outside that I mentioned earlier. Let's see, that the cyan one, or this one that's out here. This one right here, guy. Uh, this one right here. Yeah, I have a breeding pair of this one. Oh, the cyan one. Yeah, it's cyan and blue. I'm not sure which blue exactly it is, but yeah, it says it has brown in it. I don't see brown. or that green. So it's 53 blue, which is I believe is powder blue. Yeah, so yeah, it's super pretty, very vibrant. The kangaroos are gorgeous. I prefer the non-solid ones. I think they look nicer with like blended colors. I like this one too back here. This one's cool too. I like this one. Yeah, I can certainly sell you a baby. Not a problem. As long as you're on PC PVE cluster, that's not a problem. I like this Ravager too. I got it during the Valentine's event. It's like teal and deep pink. It's kind of a cool combination. I haven't bred them into my stat ones yet. Um, I really like using them a lot, especially on Genesis because they have good weight. They have weight reduction, and they can ride like the zip lines and they jump and all that. So it's like the RG of Aberration, basically. All right, cool. If you have Discord, you can always add me, and we can talk that way about the trade. Okay, I just shared my Discord name. I always forget what it is. The D though is capitalized, so it's King Dro. Yeah, I'm on all the big ones. Yeah, I don't have my own yet. I'm actually in the working of making my own, not for necessarily trading, but for sharing my videos more. I don't like sharing my videos too much on Discord because there's a lot of weird haters out there. Especially like the larger ones, they always seem to have a negative um, response to my videos. So I just stopped sharing them there. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. All right, I'm gonna take a few minute break. I need to actually walk my dogs. Um, so I will be right back. A few minutes. Alright guys, I'm back. Oh, man, it's hot out there today. I gotta get out there and do some chores. So since it's nice out, it's finally like warm enough where I can get out there and do some yard work. I'm gonna get some meat with the Giga though. Not my prettiest Giga, but it is the strongest one I have at the moment. I have to blend all those colors. That's a tedious thing to do too. I have made a server. It's not public yet. I'm still working on it. So, anyway, this is where I go meat farming on Crystal. If you've seen one of my videos, I do a video on it. A lot of parasaurs here. I mean, granted, it's not as good as, like, Valguero or, not Valguero. Ragnarok's got, like, the best meat farm, really, or Genesis, too, actually. But I like meat farming. I think it's kind of like a casual, chill thing. Usually if I head south, there's a rock golem right here. That's okay, I'll kill him. He didn't stand a chance. He didn't even come out of his rock form before I killed him. Yeah, maybe what I'll do is I will make my Discord public later today. It's not done yet, so like the permissions aren't done on it or any of that. And maybe I'll offer like a couple like things like cloning things I can do. I don't really like to do the Discord trading because it's a lot of upkeep. Like, you know, you get like a lot of orders and it's like then all you feel to do is like trade or breed, and it's like it becomes a little tedious, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was gonna make a Discord just primarily for like sharing the videos and, you know, chit-chatting or, you know, whatever, like photos and such. Seiko, make sure it's king space dro, and the dro is capitalized on the king and the dro, and it's then pound 1136. So hopefully that should work. Stupid pagos. If it doesn't work, you can always give me your information, and I can always add you that way too. Like, I forgot those golems give you tons of shit, like obsidian, oil, and metal and stuff. Yep, it worked. Alright, so, yep, I got your invite. If anyone else wants to add me, they're welcome to. I'm not opposed to that. And then I can always link you the Discord that I have, which I will be hopefully getting around to doing that later today. I have it made, I just have to like finish up on it and stuff. There's an island down here that's got like tons of Brontos and like Diplos and things that have lots of meat, so that's why I always head this way. The nice part about this Giga is it's got 1500 weight, so it can hold a lot of meat before I have to go back. Generally, I can get about 9k raw meat, so that's pretty good. It's like 2¼ troughs of the tech troughs and such. Must be all the Brontos are not here today. Usually there's like 3 or 4 in here. That's okay. On my way back, and then I usually turn around here and go back to my teleporter. By the time I get there, I'm full. And you know, it is 1x too. In case you're wondering, it's still official. You get a lot of hide this way. I usually keep the hide up until I have 2 dedicated storages or 3 full. Mainly because some of the saddles like take a shit ton of hide to make, so. Okay, that's fine, bud. No problem. It's also a great place to get like kangaroos during events and stuff. There's tons of them everywhere. If you're curious, it's about here on the map. Also where there's a lot of rock golems here too. I mean, you can see there's like tons of dinos around, so it's easy meat farming. There is like an area that's got like a lot of Brontos over the flat area. But this is just easier for me, and there's generally no one over here farming it, so it's pretty good for me. Yeah, this spot specifically, it's got a lot of golems here. There's one right here on my left. Actually, is that 2 of them? Yeah, that's 2 of them. That's kind of funny. Look at that, it died at the same time. And that one ragdolled, that's funny. Poor rock golems, had no chance. Yes, Crystal Isles at the moment is my main base where I do most of my stuff, yeah. Alright. Fat fish. Let me see if I got it. Oh, not fat fish. Sorry. I thought it said fat. Sorry. Yeah, I prefer Crystal Isles. I feel like it's the most balanced map. In terms of like you can pretty much get all the ingredients for pretty much anything here. Salt, silk, element, or gems. All the gems, black pearls. I mean, you name it, it's available on this map for the most part. Yeah, I didn't. For some reason, my eyes thought it said fat. I don't know. Alright, so by the time I get back, I'm usually pretty full. I have like 9 or so active teleporters on this map right now. Oh yeah. Genesis is like a love or hate relationship for most people. People don't like it because you can't fly. And a lot of people don't like it because the biomes aren't connected, which can be tedious sometimes. It's supposed to help reduce lag. That's why they did that, but there's a lot of restrictions too. Like you can't build in a lot of areas because of the missions. Then I use my tech pants to move the meat because it's super heavy. But yeah, like Genesis is good because of all the resources too. Like you get a lot of resources there for sure. The island is nice, but it's super crowded usually. Because it is a small map, so like, everybody builds there a lot, and it becomes overpopulated and crowded. I mean, you could see that like with time you can get a lot of element here. I mean, I have over 1 million element here. Oh, sorry, shards. Over 1 million shards. Plus, the island is terrible for like certain things, like not a very good map for crystal. It's terrible map for obsidian as well. Like obsidian's okay, there are some there, but like the nodes just don't give very much. Metal's okay, but I feel like there's not enough of it, and it's overly populated map, so it's usually farmed a lot of times, especially during the events and such. But I haven't used a magma on the island, so I can't speak for that. But I know back when the Yankees were king, um, you know, you could definitely like not get that much. in terms of resources there. So this is by the lava. I don't know. Someone's wyvern's here apparently. That's weird. Yeah. So this lava here is like super shallow. So this is where I breed my magmas and such. So the magmas have to be in the lava to mate. So like I have a bunch of them, right? So I'll just like line them up right here on this like little walkway, all in the lava. This area is also great for obsidian. You can see there's some right here in the lava. So this is 1x, and I'm getting 128 obsidian. Well, I mean, like, the magma is, like, king for that, right? And metal, too, of course. So, I generally, if I'm solo farming, I will do weight on my magma. You can see this one's got 488 melee and 4,400 weight. So that way I can farm longer. If I'm farming with my wife, I will use my high melee one instead. I'll just level all melee. 402, I believe. The guy who breeds them is releasing 502s or whatever it is shortly. So I'm just waiting for that one. There is like 416 on the market right now, but there's no point in me upgrading for only 10% gain, really. I mean, I have like I bred these heavily during Easter event. I think I raised like 75 of them or something like that. Yes, Afterlife. Yep. Yep. That's where I got this one too, yeah. I got it like the first day he released it or something. Luckily, I got a male on my first try, so I was able to use that male, and then I basically just made him with all my females. I have a couple low-level colored females, like solid yellow, and I have like cyan and a bunch of other colors and such. So yeah, and this area, I don't know, like people don't generally build here, but like it looks so badass here with all the, like the lava and the red and stuff. I mean, it is a little dark, but it's really cool looking. Yeah, and what I like about this spot is the lava is shallow, because if it's not, the egg when it's birthed out of the female and all that, the egg goes down into the water, into the lava, and then it's hard to get it without like using maybe a whip or something. But the eggs here just basically float, so it's nice. Um, well, it is official PVE, so my plan for the first day is land grab. That's usually the most important thing. You can certainly like enjoy the game afterward, but I think land grabbing is super important because it is PVE and people will claim everything. Um, Especially like box drives, they'll come in and like literally pillar everything under the sun. So if you want specific land, the problem is we don't really know what to expect on where the good stuff is yet. So like the first day I build like a little hut, and then I go make pillars and claim land, and stuff like that. So that's what I usually do. And then after that, then I'm gonna, you know, slow down a little bit and do all the new stuff for sure. Yeah, but they haven't really shown too much of the map though, like very little. The cinematic doesn't really show the game map very well, and I know they release like names of the biomes, but that's pretty much it. So it's kind of like a guessing game on how the map is going to actually lay out. Because that's my issue with Genesis was like I had no idea where anything was, and the ocean looked like it would be really hard to build on, and then everyone ended up building on the ocean, and then I couldn't get an ocean front for a long time. So like yeah, it's you just don't know. I try to keep as much as I can potted. I try not to leave too much things unpotted. I still have like 200 or so dinos out right now though. If everybody does their part, it definitely helps reduce lag for sure. I'm just over here checking on my water base. I really like the way it turned out. I know I should probably do a tutorial on how I did it. The part of the structure was made from I got off the idea off of one of the big builders. I think it's Aaron something. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he does a lot of building videos. I got the main part of the base idea from him. The rest of it was mine. I kind of like threw my own flair into it, but it's definitely I definitely like the way it turned out. I got lots of ACs under here because this is where I incubate my rock drake eggs a lot of time. And pretty much wherever I put a rock drake egg, it will incubate. Actually, this 185 right here, it's like cooked down to the last second, is an event 185 I got from Halloween event. It's one of the ones that I have on my cloning area over in my Crystal Isles area. Yeah, it's like orange, red, and black, I think, is what it is. Super cool colored, yeah. I should probably pot some of these up. I don't really need all these Moses and stuff out. I should probably replace some of my snow owl pelts in these crop plots for sure. I already raised a bunch of those colored ones, the 185. So those eggs are basically up for sale. Guaranteed color Drake eggs are more valuable because, you know, they're event colored, and people want their own imprint on them, so that's why they're more valuable. So I believe the one I was just referring to is this one right here. It's from Halloween. Well, the server's saving, that's why I can't fly. Yeah, so what I usually do is I hatch them in front of the person just to make sure it's the right color, and then if they like it, then I'll have them claim it and all that stuff. I mean, you can see it's a pretty solid color. It's orange, it's red. You can't really tell right now, but it's like a dark, it's either black or dark blue. I think it's like a midnight blue actually. But it's kind of dark in the game right now, so you can't really see it. This looks kind of badass too when he's kind of just chilling like this, floating. I definitely have green. I'm not sure about full, like, I have partial black, if anything. I never leveled this guy, so that's why he has got, like, no stand. But it's pretty good stats overall. I mean, it's not super great, but... I mean, you don't really use a Drake too often anyway. Plus, if I'm going to do anything crazy, I'm going to be using my plain Drakes, not my nice colored ones anyway. I mean, this map is just gorgeous. Like, I love all the biomes here. I wish they would have left the rock drake nests alone and kept them. So the area that the rock drakes were supposed to be is like super cool area too. Definitely a nice area to build if you're liking scenery. I mean, there's a lot of potential in here. There is one part of the cave where it's really big, but you can't build in it. But I believe this spot you can build in. In my opinion, this is probably the best spot right here, if you're gonna build in here, because fairly flat. There's multiple tiered areas to build from if you wanted to, And of course, you have a nice water source. You can probably put a like a Moza in here or something. Maybe it's fairly. Oh, maybe not a Moza. I don't know. It's kind of shallow. You could definitely put like Basileos in there though for sure. But it's really pretty here. This underground area is like massive too. It goes on and on forever, and there's a lot of metal down here too. Right, there's a lot of metal here, and there's these bones here. The bones give salt, and then the other bones give a lot of keratin. If you were to use like a mining drill on them, you get a ton of keratin. So like, there's bunch of metal here, and there's all these bones can be harvested too. This is actually just below my my base, because my island is literally right straight ahead above. It's kind of neat. You can actually build like a tech bridge to the smaller islands if they're close enough, like this one here. I mean, not that I'm ever really going to use that spot, but I mean, you could. So yeah, if you see the visual better, it looks. I think I want to say it's like a dark blue, red belly, and then with like orange accents. But I do have a black and red one for sure here. Oh yeah, so the Foxy guy who won the last giveaway, he wanted this one. I cloned it for him. I just got to give it to him now. So yeah, this one's pretty much black with red. I'm pretty sure that's black. I don't even know it's to pot it, but I'm pretty sure that's black. And I do have a green one. It's probably in my cryopod somewhere. Oh, you know what? It's on my center. That's where I have it. One year I got lucky and I had a clone nest and I had a bunch of green ones, like solid green. Let me see if I have one here. My pants for some reason went ape shit there for a second. Yeah, so previously, before they made the colors show, I was really bad about labeling the colors. So that one, I have, wait, maybe it's this one, Hunter Green? No, maybe that one. I don't have so many drakes, I don't even know, but I like the new feature of the crowd pods though, for sure. You can see the colors ahead of time, that's nice. That's the standard green. This one's pretty cool. It's like I want to say it's magenta. Yeah, that's magenta for sure. I think I have it here, but it's not labeled, so I'd have to unpod them all before I find it for sure. Yeah, it does, and I use it. The problem is I'm really bad about labeling things. So definitely the new cryopod feature is going to help with that. My smart breeder is literally like thousands of dinos in it, so it's hard to also use that sometimes. I'm pretty sure that green one though is on my center. But yeah, that new feature for the cryopods is amazing. I'm thankful that they actually added that because it makes literally finding colors so much easier. Yep. I'm on official too, yeah. Alright, so this is my center base. I knew I have it here. Uh, I think it's this one. Yep, it's this one. I'm not sure what green that is, but it's definitely green. I can tell you exactly what color it is now. I plotted it. Yeah, it can be if you find the right community though. It's not terrible. I generally play solo. My wife plays with me, and that's pretty much it. I don't trust people because they will eventually steal from you. Apparently, I have to make more food. So yeah, it looks like that green is green number 3, which is I think standard green. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If you play like on Extinction, that's like probably the most toxic server ever. It's better now that the corrupted can't damage your structures anymore because that was a huge issue. That's why I stopped playing on that map too. Was the toxicity there was just terrible. I love Spinos. Also, this is an aberrant one. Kind of an older stat line, but so I have like this whole pond pretty much is mine. I was gonna do something big with it, and then I ended up not doing it at all. Yep, that's why unless you know someone like for a long time that you can literally trust, it's hard. I personally like solo, but it is nice to have people to talk to and hang out with and all that, and have that companionship part of it. That's some random person's roll rat. I don't know how it got here, but I told him about it, and he's like, just leave it. It'll just starve." And I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, the center was definitely a nice addition. It's big, it's wide open, it has a good amount of resources, and I definitely do like it. It's not as popular anymore, so it's kind of nice. It's pretty smooth going. Yeah, I mean, the only problem with solo is there are certain things you can't do solo, or it's very hard to do solo. Like, for example, like things like Master Controller. It's possible, but it would be very challenging to do that solo because of the mechanics of that fight. You can always tell which event I was on each map based on the colors of the dinos. It was very much Easter here when I was on the center, because you could just tell by the colors. There's a lot of Easter colors out right now. I mean, the center is great for like getting tames too, like for example Rexes, especially during the event, because the lava island's got like massive amounts of Rexes on it. It's also great for like Gigas too, for the same reason. This was my wife's event. It's like a light red fire wyvern with albino in it. It's really pretty. It's very unique too. I haven't really seen too many of these. I haven't done too much breeding with the fire, lightning, or poison since they've made them like breedable and such. Yeah. I mean, you could do it. It's just it would be like kind of very difficult, and you would be at risk of losing everything. But you know, pretty much. I've done both, but I've done it with a group. Master Controller, I think we did it with like 8 people, and that was before transfers were open too. So it was like shitty stat dinos and whatnot. But I only did Gamma primarily. I have the Alpha missions done. It's just that I just don't have the people basically. Forgot what I was gonna do now. I should probably go get some lunch for one. I generally do bosses on each map. Except for obviously like Genesis, Extinction, I don't. Crystal Isles, I don't either, because you can farm it there. Yes. I did a video on the custom foods. Basically, the custom foods is based on your crafting skill. So, to get really good recipe, you want to use a crafter. And, but yeah, I could show you my good one. The best food is made with actually dust. You can use dust to make food, and it gives you like crazy amounts of stats and whatnot. Alright, so I'm on my Genesis right now. I just came over here to check on a few things here real quick. So I'm primarily in the city, which is toxic anyway. It's like super laggy because there's like billions of bases around you. That's mine down there. This is like a smaller sub base up here that I had when I first started and stuff. I'm surprised I made that fall. I've primarily potted everything on Extinction because I don't play here as often. But if you want like blueprints, this is definitely a good place to go. Yeah, you get like a lot of hazard blueprints too from the OSDs and stuff. Especially hazard. Like prior to Extinction, hazard blueprints were like super rare because they don't drop very often on Aberration. That's for sure. So yeah, generally in terms of like the boss fights per map, you know, like if I do one alpha on like for example like Ragnarok, I mean that's enough element to run one generator for months because you get like 425 or so. Yeah, I hear ya. I generally play during the AM hours on Eastern time. Because I have I have kids and a wife and such, so I do play when they're home too, but not as much. Um, so and I do work, but I work at a hospital and I work 12-hour shifts, so I generally only work 3 days a week. So that's kind of nice. So I'm able to play more. I'm off today, obviously, or else I wouldn't be here. Yeah, I mean, I would like to play the whole day, but I know I have other obligations to do too. Like, I should be outside doing. I just been playing around with the streaming thing, and then I got lost in the time. So here on this river, on Extinction, a great place for cloning and water dino, because you can actually fit a Tuso down here, and Moses and all that. So I actually own this location. Not many people can clone water dinos on Extinction because not a whole lot of water, and you can't really fit cloners in most of them with a Tuso. So obviously they're off right now because I'm not cloning anything. But so if you need to clone something on Extinction for water, this river is definitely good. Most people don't realize it. Hopefully it's not taken if you do want it. I'm just gonna drown because I never finished this area either. Yeah, I generally play like 35-ish hours a week. Over like the 7 days, of course, which is still a lot. But some people are like super hardcore. They put in like 16-hour days. But unfortunately, like I can't do that. Not because I don't want to. It's just I can't. Like just too many obligations in the real world. I have, let's see. According to Steam, I have 10,976 hours, but that's also a course over 5.5 years. So it is a lot of hours, but it's also over 5.5 years. So All right, guys. I'm gonna, I think, take a break because I need to do some chores. No, it's the same character. Well, okay. So I have two characters, and each one has been duped multiple times. Not on purpose. Just, it was a bug that no longer exists. So it would happen when if you transferred servers with your character and the previous server that you left crashed. When it came back up, the server thought your character was still there, but you were actually somewhere else. So it would actually copy your character. They did fix that, so that doesn't happen anymore. So over the years, I ended up with I have maybe 9 dupes of the same character, basically. The nice part about that is the imprints are shared because it's basically the same character. Yeah, I started back when it was still uh, pre pre-release or whatever, early access. That's it. The Bloodstalker is kind of fun, but it definitely takes some getting used to the mechanics. All right, man. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking off here shortly too. I gotta get some actual real life work stuff done. Not actual work, but chores and being adult and stuff. This guy's building some massive base here. Looks like. All right, man. Thanks for the positive stuff here. I really appreciate everyone. Yeah, I will definitely do a stream for the release next week, for sure. I am off tomorrow too, so maybe I can do one then. You know, I don't usually stream because you know there's not a whole lot to show in PVE generally for streaming. But with the new map and all, I thought maybe that would be a good time to try it, for sure. I was hoping its teleporter was on public, but it's actually powered off. The honey-do list? Yeah, no, she doesn't really leave me a list, but, you know, I try to be good about doing all that kind of stuff, though, for sure. Pretty sure this guy had a public teleporter here somewhere. Oh, God, his base is, like, all glass. It lags me so bad. Ah, there it is. Let's see if it's public or not. Oh, nope, it's not. Well, that was a fail. That's not what I was trying to do, but it's okay. They're really a fast swimmer. Oh, wait, it's because I was lagging. Good old official server. Oh, God. Sometimes it's a real struggle to get up to where an area you want to go. Oh, God. Now I'm, like, stuck under a base, apparently. Sometimes it's fun to just roam around with your Bloodsucker, but it's also very annoying and frustrating at the same time. It's definitely a decent map for it, though, especially in the southeast area. There's a lot of like trees and natural areas that you can grapple to. Ha, I made it. So I struggled there a little bit to get back, but man, I did it though. Yeah, I've done that with my wife's PC. I've used hers to like auto harvest kind of with an auto clicker. It definitely works out pretty well. But after a while though, like I don't know, do you really need that much more like resources? Especially like metal. Like I got 200k ingots, and it's like that didn't even take that long. And on this map, I don't know if you played on Crystal Isles, but like the Copperfields area, the metal there is just like insane. With the magma, you can get like 1,500 raw metal in like seconds. This is my wife's little farm. She we put some of her favorite dinos on Wanderer, and they basically if they die, they die, you know. But generally, they get close enough to the trough, and it's penned in, so they can't fall off the cliff here. And they are on a dino leash too, which helps too with that. I should probably pod this up now. I'm not using it. Gotcha. I don't like unofficial because I find it too easy, and then also it's unpredictable. Like when the owner is gonna like decide he's done playing, he's gonna just shut the server down. You know what I'm saying? Plus, the official community is like massively large, and I like the trading part of it. There's a huge community for trading. Although some people are like a little ridiculous with the trading, but they want an arm and a leg for like an egg, which they can reproduce in like one day. All right, so I think I'm gonna head out for now. I gotta get some lunch and also get some chores done. Oh, if you didn't know though, on the jump pads, if you put them upside down and you enable the option to show the like where it's gonna jump to, you can color it and make it look like lights. So I did that inside here. I mean, you can get pretty creative with that. All right, guys. Thanks for viewing the stream. I will try to do that again, but I will definitely do it for next week for the Gen 2 release. And I'll see you guys next time.